Hello everyone, and welcome back to Earthworm Jim for the Sega Mega Drive. In this episode, we're going to be taking on Level 5. Yes, that's literally the name of the level. I couldn't really think of a subtitle for it or anything. I just thought, alright, got Snotter Problem, what the heck, New Junk City, down the tubes, what are we going to call Level 5? Level 5? Brilliant! I just find that really funny compared to the other ones as well, as the titles for the levels are just really good, especially in Earthworm Jim 2 if you ask me. But Level 5. Yeah, it feels weird saying that. In a way, it reminds me of being in the background for Dexter's Laboratory. I don't know about you. Do any of you remember that show? That was a really good show in the day, if you ask me. And it just looks like that from here. But honestly, this is probably going to be the longest episode so far in this LP, actually. As honestly, this level drags quite a bit, if you ask me. Because it's really huge. I don't know how many minutes it's going to take, as I've never really timed myself on this level. I just went ahead and did it, really. But I can't really promise you how long it's going to be. Either way, this place is pretty big, I will admit. I did die a couple of times on this. Oh, actually, no, wait. No, that's the fact. When I first played this for the first time, due to me restarting the game over and over and over again, because, of course, I played this on the original Sega Mega Drive, where I had it in cartridge form, and of course if I died, that means that's it, I'll have to start all over again, as there was no save states, unless you count the debug menu, which I'll probably show off in a bonus video. I didn't really use the debug menu on my cartridge format, and mainly it was just really difficult, and I had to keep retrying it, but when I got to this level, it was actually pretty easy, surprisingly. Now, I'm not saying I made it through without dying, but surprisingly, I still made it through without getting the game over. And then I went on for 2 for Pete's sake, and that's where I kind of raged, as I don't like that level. And you'll see why when we get to it and all. But for now, we're just going through level 5. And this slot here is annoying me. Can I just avoid it? Because I want to keep my distance to shoot them. That's the thing, if you just stand right underneath those things and shoot them, for some reason the worms that they're inside, why there's worms inside them, I don't know. They just fall onto you and you don't have time to shoot them. Now, here's a really cool gameplay mechanic. And this is one reason why you need a lot of ammo. So they'll put you in like this arena battle sort of thing here, and what you're supposed to do is use your blaster and then shoot in every corner. But you've got to have a lot of ammo for this, so it's ideal if you don't die and all that, so that way you can just shoot them a lot quicker. And I'm glad I'm not using a screen recorder that lags, because this would be such a pain. Fortunately though, if you keep at it, and hopefully I won't die in recording, because I'm trying to show you how to play the game. Yep, like that, there you go. As I have 37% left. Fortunately, you think, oh god, great, there's going to be another round. Well, yes, there is another round, but look what's going to happen. And no, they're not evil enough to make those things go up or anything. But look, there is a bit of ammo there. Ammo! Sorry, I had to. There's a bit of ammo there, and also there is that. What that does is that adds more health to you, so now it's going to go up to 100%. Cool. So it completely refills your health. So that's nice. At least they're nice enough to do that. I don't know if it gets rid of it in difficult mode or not, as honestly I've never beat the game in difficult mode, and I don't think I ever will. As I tried it once and I could not even get past the first bit, you know, that weird trash can that kills you. Sorry, trash can? What is this? America? Dustbin. As I am British, I need to say the right things if you ask me. But still. Yeah, I could not get past that bit for my life. Literally, because it's a video game. Wow, I unintentionally made a joke. A really bad joke at that as well. Anyway, what's going to happen here? Oh yeah, this is the bit where it's weird. You have to like shoot them left and right. But if you hover yourself down, you are able to pick up a lot of things. There's just so much to talk about in this level. Although, I suppose I could talk about one difference and all. For those of you who... Oh wait, I almost screwed up there. For those of you who hate, and I mean hate, starting the game over and over and over again. If you're playing this on the Super Nintendo or Mega Drive, but really you should be playing the Mega Drive version, because the Mega Drive version is the best version. In my opinion, anyway. If you like the Super Nintendo version, fair enough. But there is also a version of this, and I may have told you about this before, for the Sega CD and Windows 95 version. And we all know what the difference with that is. There's actually saving. Okay, maybe not saving, but there is at least a password system. And no, the passwords aren't as long as, say, Road Rash. Because they were long, especially in some NES titles as well. But there's a password in that. And it's like 4 to 5 things you have to put in and all that. I'm not really too sure, as I haven't really seen it myself, but still. Yeah, if you're right about saving, then go for those versions. Or just go for the HD remake. Anywho, another reason why this episode is going to be longer is because we're going to be taking on a secret level. Above us, there is, oh, because of me sitting still, he's going to do animations. Above us, there is a red bit here, and when we jump into it, it is going to take us to a secret level called Who Turned Out the Lights, which, well, is pretty much a really dark area, where we have to try and make it through without getting hurt, and honestly, this is where it shows off the Mega Drive sound chip, if you ask me, because even if you listen to the Super Nintendo version of this, the quality difference is really not that much. And I don't know what he does here. Does he crawl? Did they, like, secretly program a crawling move, but you can't see it? Because if they did, then that's pretty cool. Especially when you hear, like, the remade version of this, if you have the Windows 95 version or something like that. But still. The main objective here, though, is to just go around this place trying to find things, and yes, while it may be difficult at first, you get used to it after a while, so you know where to go and things. Well, I think so anyway. To be honest, I have not practiced this level a lot, so I probably will get stuck in some places. I can't be bothered to get those bits of ammo, so I'm just going to go ahead and go on to the next bit. I just love the aesthetics in this level, especially when you go in this spotlight here, you know, you can see his little shadow. Most of the time you just see this little ball of eyes just going around the place, and just the blasters from the ammo. I don't know, it's just, it must have looked really cool back in the day, if you ask me. And I'm impressed with it in 2015, so I guess that just goes to show. Okay, so where am I going now? I think I'm supposed to pretty much go across here. I'm pretty sure in the Mega Drive version, when it came to the music for this game, it was made by Tommy Tallarico, who is a musical legend. You probably know him, and if you don't, he's quite a good gaming composer. And also Mark Miller made this, but I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Mark Miller was only involved with the Mega Drive's version of the soundtrack, I believe. I don't know, I could be wrong about that, but still, either way, it's a good soundtrack. Especially the Sega CDs and Windows 95s. Now those are good remixes, if you ask me. I really want that bit of ammo, so I'm gonna go get that. There we go. Oh, I don't know if I've talked about this before and all, but hold the phone. I saw an extra life down there, and I am curious to get it. I am super curious to get that extra life. Brilliant! I thought so, because I do remember doing that, like, if you just jump above certain areas, like above the door and things, instead of just exiting, you can get secret bonuses and stuff. And that's quite a cool addition, if you ask me. Anyway. Back to what I'm saying. I keep getting sidetracked a lot in this episode. Compared to the Super Nintendo version, you know the voice clips that Earthworm Jim makes that you've seen throughout this game? In the Super Nintendo version, I think the only available voice clip is the yippee. He says it when he gets hit, you know, like in It's Not a Problem, I believe. He says it when he completes the level. He pretty much just the only voice clip he has and all, which is another reason why I prefer the Mega Drive version, personally. But again, don't hate me for it. I'm not saying the Super Nintendo version sucks. If you have the Super Nintendo version and you love it to pieces, then so be it. It's your opinion, and I'm okay with that. Anyway, are we near the end? I think we are. This drags on a bit. I'm trying to find things to say. There's not really much else to say. I mean, what do you want me to talk about? Oh look, there's a black square in the background. I got hit. Ow. You know, that kind of thing. Just talking about that constantly is just annoying. But fortunately, there is something different I can talk about, and that is not me getting hit. Wait, why am I not hitting him? There we go. That's better. When we come across the end, we're actually going to come across something that might have been quite scary for you who played this as a kid and all. But if I just keep going slowly, I guess. Just slowly downwards. Yep, there will be a pair of eyes that's going to get us. And it's going to try and grab us and everything, but if you just jump over it, you'll be able to escape the level. What it is, I have no idea. If it's like the final boss or something, then that's cool. But yeah, that's... Who turned out the lights? Different level, and a very fun one if you ask me. Oh my goodness gracious me. Good lord, I almost died. Wow. Okay, that was a really weird freak out, but still. I completely forgot there was another bit to hook onto on there. Never mind. I've noticed though while swinging, if you press up and then right or up and then left, you tend to swing further and higher, which is one thing you're going to need if you want to get to secret areas and stuff, especially in Battlefield. Oh boy, if you don't know how to do that, then good luck. One thing I don't get though, and I suppose it's a limitation to the Mega Drive and all, and that's, what is that? And that's, what it is, you know in most games nowadays and all that, where if you go into a loop, well no, sorry, not a loop, when you go into a new area, the music continues. Every time you get to a new area, the music starts all over again. If anything, it's just like in, Sonic Adventure, I think, for the Dreamcast, where every bit you went into, the music looped, especially in the hub worlds, as far as I recall anyway. Still. Another new gameplay mechanic. This one, for some reason, it detaches our body, and instead of having to avoid gunfire from Evil the Cat, like in What the Heck, instead we have to get to the end before our body, and just get onto it, mainly, before it goes into that pit below it, because I think it's an instant death. If it isn't, then, well, I'm stupid. You could just go ahead going that way and all, but if you backtrack a bit, you'll be able to find a couple of secrets. One thing I don't get is this. In order to get past this, you have to, like, slowly tap it and screw up. You have to, like, slowly tap it and, yeah, I think you have to take a hit in order to get through that, otherwise you cannot do it. But... because if you just run through it normally, for some reason, due to his animation of his head going up and down, it touches the fan. And that's a bit strange. Anyway, one reason why I wanted to go here, though, is because, if I can get it, there we go, there is actually a secret. And this is what I mean by the left and right ways of using the whip. It's funny when I talk about it, I screw up. But yeah, that's why I wanted to go up there. And there was a green snot there, and I don't like green snots, because they're annoying. Especially these worm things. I don't know what they are. I don't know what any of these enemies are. Either way, they're quite bizarre. Oh. I like how you didn't even have a voice clip there. There was too much going on for the Mega Drive to handle. Oh well. Anywho. Let's see, we're now continuing. I think we're near the end of the level. How many minutes has it been so far? 14, there you go. Episode 1 was 14 minutes, and it's already surpassed that. So that just shows you how long this episode is going to be. Quite a lengthy one. So why am I going up here again? I think it's because there is... yes, indeed. There is ammo and lots of health. I know I've said this before in episode 1, but again, if you want to make it through this game nice and easily, collect ammo. Explore all you can and find as much ammo as possible to make it a whole lot easier for yourself. Otherwise, expect a lot of game overs and deaths and try and restart. One thing that's handy though is like if you just grab onto that fan, then you can just blow that enemy up. I don't think it's meant to, or maybe it was designed that way, but either way, I'm not really too sure. In other news, and sort of related to Earthworm Jim, recently I have tried out this. I've played Earthworm Jim 1 and 2, but recently I have played Earthworm Jim 3 for the N64 as I'm aware, and wow, it's just as crazy as the other two games. But still, it doesn't really matter too much, as the humour in that game still captures it in that, especially the pause menu. Like, good god, the humour on the pause menu looks so cool if you ask me. Almost at levels of Banjo-Kazooie. I might pick up Earthworm Jim! Nuts! Okay, this time I'm actually going to make it. There we go. That's what I wanted to do, to make it through there without dying, as that was annoying. Let's just hope I don't die anymore then. I have no idea what the hell happened there. I just was talking too much and I just lost my concentration and died. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. We could go down there, but I can't even be asked if you ask me. Can't be even asked if you ask me. Okay, cool, that's a new thing to say. As I have 90% and I have at least 1,000 ammo, so that's something. You start off with 900, I think? I think it's 900 or 500 bits of ammo they give you. Even still. These things though, mainly just shoot them in the air because the things fall down. And one thing I never got is this. For some reason you can grab onto this, but you can't use your whip or anything on it. So what you got to do is do a leap of faith and nearly die again. Great. But never mind, I'll get back up there in a bit. Okay, trying this again. You fall down again. There we go. So it tends to be when I shut up, I can actually do things. So that makes a change. There's not pretty much else to say, really. Just be careful on this bit when going past stuff, and I think we're nearly at the teleporter. Yeah, we are. Cool. So we're at the teleporter, and now it's going to take us here, right next to this bit. And I think it's where I died, where things reset. Oh, well, never mind. I like this bit, though, where he just moves back and forth like this. It's really cool, if you ask me. Anyway, oh yeah, we're coming across these things. We did see them before, you know, where they were turning like those little handle-like things, but the real name for this guy is actually called Professor's Monkey for a Head. Professor Monkey for a Head. Yep, I kid you not, that is the actual name of these things. I don't know why, but it's Earthworm Jim, don't question it. Don't question anything from Earthworm Jim, it's weird, okay? Especially when he does that, when he throws those bits towards you. And how many of these things are there? I don't know. Either way, when you get to this bit, you know that you're near the end. I mean, that's what I remember anyway when first playing through this. My first reaction to this guy, though, was, what the heck? Literally, I unintentionally... Oh, wow, he just ran away, okay. I unintentionally referenced what the heck first time I'm playing through this. Because that would be my just real reaction and stuff. Anywho. Oh yeah, this is a weird thing, and I remember dying so much on this bit, but there's something that makes it a whole lot easier, and that's, if I just drop down and shoot this. If you hit it with your whip, it blows up. Trust me, you're gonna need that. Especially when doing that, see, because none of them came out. If you just keep shooting them with your gun, it doesn't break, so you gotta hit it with your whip. Now, why anybody would know they had to do that, I have no idea. Either way, you learn from your mistakes, I guess, so there's nothing to argue about, really. It's so weird, I especially like how their eyes go red. What his purpose? I don't know. I think it's just to kill him. Is he like the owner of this place? Because he's available in the instruction booklet, and the bosses that you fight are not. The only one that is, I believe, is Evil the Cat and Doc Junior. I don't know how it's pronounced, but either way, I'm just going to say Doc Junior. Because why not? And I am seriously running out of ammo here, and that is not a good sight. I just want to get him out of my life. There we go. Hopefully he's gone. Is that right? Indeedo he has, and now what we got to do here is be very careful, because if you hit this, because it's like a red one, which gives us secret things, it'll give us some things, although after one of them it does that, and that's where you stop. I find that a really cool addition, especially, good god, I thought I died then, especially when, you know, you're really out of ammo and things like I was, and I don't think I'm actually going to make it for this episode, but either way, we'll try it out, because we're nearly done with this area actually, as we're going to come up to probably the weirdest boss ever created in any video game. Check this out. A robot chicken! We're going to fight a robot chicken and hit this in order to hit these things down. Honestly, it's actually a pretty difficult boss fight if you ask me, because he shoots things at you and you basically just got to avoid him like this. except I'm actually doing terrible this time around, fortunately, because this is on recording, and of course that's going to happen, because nothing goes straight in recording, ever. Oh well, never mind. I just want to get past this chicken and then win, please. I'm really screwing up on this, because really you're supposed to hit it like this, I believe, and do a lot of damage to it, but of course I'm sucking at it a lot. I just want to hit the chicken, please. Wow. This episode is horrible, but never mind. Unless I can show you the death animation. That's what happens when you die. For some reason, Earthworm Jim's neck pops and you blow up. A really funny death animation, and I especially like, depending on what position you're in, it always puts you in that position, instead of just putting me in the center all the time. Okay, now if I work on my timing this time, I should be able to kill this thing. Okay, maybe not. Oh wait, hang on. Oh wait, no, keep at it, please. There we go. Yeah, that's what you want to do, is just keep hitting it like this, and then avoiding these things, I believe. So that way it takes you to this fight. And from here is the music that I use for my outro, called Buttville the Descent. A really awesome track. Gotta say, definitely showed off what the Mega Drive could do with its sound chips and stuff. But the main bit on this bit is to not do that. Is to avoid hitting the chicken and all, and then just keep shooting him with your blaster ammo until he dies. And honestly, fortunately I have 3 lives, so that doesn't matter, and I've got tons of continues because of how many I collected on Andy Asteroids. So I've got nothing to worry about, really. But I've got 40% of health, so that's worrying. But this is what it is. You can use your whip, I believe, but honestly, your ammo's the way to go, if you ask me. Because that way just makes it a lot safer, you know? And oh my goodness, I'm actually near dying. And I just made it, just barely. Thank goodness. Wow. That was great. What a trivia, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, switching to post-commentary and looking at the booklet of the manual, I'm now going to be talking about the level we was in, level 5. The professor would love to have Earthworm Jim on the dissection table, but that darn super suit keeps him safe. The professor wants that suit back. After all, he designed it for the Queen. Of course, he could make another one. If only that darn monkey hadn't eaten the blueprints. Okay. That's another can of worms entirely. You'd better keep an eye out for the professor's creepy science experiments. They're everywhere. Careful when the lights go out. Remember, when you were afraid of the dark, relive the horror, if you can find it, and find your way out. That's quite a long description, but pretty cool actually. I like that. Okay, after finishing reading about level 5, I'm going to read about Professor Monkey for a head, which is the enemy that we came across. You'd be pretty mad too if you had a monkey sharing your head. Or is the professor sharing the monkey's head? Whatever you do, don't call him Monkey Professor for a head, or he'll get really steamed. This guy is totally bananas, and he's willing to destroy Jim to prove it. Wow. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty much all I have to read from the manual on this, but still. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Earthworm Jim. This is episode 5. How funny, because this is level 5. And, oh wow, that was godful. See you guys in the next episode of Earthworm Jim. I hope you've enjoyed it, and take care.